Alright, Hawkins here with Chickenhawkfarmstead on this beautiful day out here. And today we have a project. We are making the kids a seesaw. The wife saw another awesome idea on Pinterest and wants me to do it, so she is going to be helping me with this one though. And it's going to be a seesaw using a tire as the base weight to the ground. Luckily I do have a few tires here that I've been saving for different projects, so kind of go over it real quick, and then hopefully we'll get into the build here shortly, and I'll show some shots on the way. Maybe I'll give you some ideas to make your own out of some stuff you got around the house, or go buy it and make it. All right, let's get to it. All right, this is a real quick, before we get started, kind of general thing. Basically, this tire here, we're going to put scrap wood bottom in it. It's going to be filled with concrete. In the concrete, it's going to be this 2x6 treated. We're using all treated lumber because it's outside. I haven't decided how I'm going to cut it, but I don't know, 2 feet, something like that. And we'll put our hole in it. I'm going to have it separate, the 2 boards separated by 4x4, because our main teeter-totter thing is going to be a 4x4, and then we'll put some little seats on it, some little handles. These are going to be down in the concrete on the bottom as a brace, and possibly up top is one more brace. And then I got some metal piping, and my plan is to use that. It's like, I guess, metal conduit. So we'll drill, I think I got some 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, something like that. We'll drill our hole here, just bore it out, and then run that rod through there and drill a hole on each end and put a pin through it. That way it doesn't slide in or out. Probably some washers wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think I have any. Maybe I'll make something. But that's the general premise of it all. Today, of course, we're going to get the bottom part done, because then the concrete is going to have to set up before we can put the other part on, but we'll have it all ready to put together. Alright. Alright, for the bottom, so this is this scrap wood, but I measured from one side to the other. It was like 16, so I wanted at least an inch overhang, so I did 18 inches in my scrap board here. And then I wasn't gonna be able to get them to the edge, so I just knocked the corners off. Nothing precise, no real measuring, just knocked them off. If it's not enough, do a little more. Got the other one in, kind of scooted over enough, and this one goes in, and then we'll butt them up, and we're covered up. The whole bottom now it's covered. So we got a little crack here, but might put a paper bag down or something. I don't think it's going to be that an issue. If we get an issue, we'll just make our concrete pretty thick and it should be fine. Alright, there's that. We're moving on to the next one. Alright, so here's our 2x6 here. And I've decided to go 24 inches on those. So we're just going to measure it, put a line across, cut 2 of those. And then cut 2 of these, or 2x4. Those will be, I'm going to go, I think, with, I don't know, 10 inches probably. Maybe 12. We'll see here in just a second, but we'll cut 2 of those across, and we'll fasten this together and go from there. Okay, this is not going to be perfect, but for a spacer, because up here is where we're going to drill our holes through it, and then the 4x4 is going to sit right in here. So I got a 4x4 block there that I'm using as a spacer. Now, thing is though, this is all treated wood. This is old 4x4 block, so it's dried out and it's already lost a lot of the moisture. Usually the new stuff you get is that's why it feels wet. It's part of the treatment process from what I understand, but it actually shrinks over time some. So even these boards, that's why I'm putting this down here, because these will actually shrink and pull away from the concrete over time. So this thing has shrunk already, but up here I'm going to build to widen it out a little bit if I need to, and on the center of that 4x4 for the teeter-totter part, seesaw part, whatever it's called, I can sand that little foot section down. But on this, what I wanted to show is you want to make sure that these two are exactly across from each other, and the way I've done it, so I got my little square here, speed square, and once again, this doesn't have to be perfect, but you want as close as you possibly can. So you can see these are level or straight across from each other. Let me come to the other side, and the same. It sits flush on both sides. that gap in between. So now, because I've already screwed just to one side, now I'm gonna screw it to the other side, and it should hold them straight across from each other, or like this. And like I said, if we're a little off, they are the same height, by the way. You can check on top too. So, but if they're a little off, it's not gonna be a big deal, because when I go back to drill my hole through, I'm gonna be doing it myself. And it might be a little bit wider. That's why we're putting pins in it to let it stay. I mean, this is for little kids. It's not like it's for grown-ups necessarily, which it could be one day. But I think we still got plenty of strength and ability to hold, and we're gonna have room for tolerances. So don't stress out, is what I'm basically saying, over making it 100% without a doubt perfect, because you'll never get the project done. Just get you some tool and some way to, you can, instead of using this, if you got a board that's flat, you can use a board. It's not that big a deal. All right, I'm gonna screw that thing together, and we should be pouring concrete here in a minute. All right, I'm gonna try to talk loud. The wind is kind of blowing, so I got the better tripod with the windsock on the thing. But for this part, this thing's awesome. Little concrete mixture, your drill. So we got that, got our concrete, water hose, and our bucket. We're gonna put this in here, get it where we want it. Should be level, so we want to make sure it's level. And then we'll mix up our concrete, and we can make this as thick or as runny as we want. I'm gonna try to make it a little thicker so it doesn't leak through, but I want it runny enough to get all around the outside. And we're gonna fill this up to here. I got this is a 50-pound bag, and I got another 60-pound bag just in case this one's not enough. So let's throw this in there, level it, and go from there. All right, we're jumping the gun a little bit. We gave it a good 6 hours to let it settle. We're gonna go ahead and finish it out. We're not gonna use it today, though, of course. Anyways, I marked the center of the 4x4 and the center here. So we got that line, we got that leveled up. Went ahead and made that flush. Put some clamps in place to hold it. And then I'm gonna mark, since our 4x4 is actually 3 by whatever, 3.5 by 3.5. So we're gonna come down, and this is where I'm gonna start drilling my hole. And with any luck, I'll be able to make the hole and meet it perfectly on both sides, because I don't believe it's long enough to get all the way through this thing. So yeah, wish me luck. We'll see how it works out. Be back in a few minutes, and once that's done, we can put our rod through and start working on our seats and handles. All right, well, the measuring and the drilling and getting the two holes to match up was somehow magically a success, and it worked out. And then here's our long rod here, and this, we had a 5/8 pipe and a 5/8 spade bit is what I was using, but I just kind of moved it around, kind of work it out a little bit, and then use what are they called, little file here, kind of file the hole out, but that didn't do much. Big thing was we just hammered this through, and it worked out. And back out, and there we go. There's the seesaw. So now all we got left is we're gonna put the seats on, but we gotta wait for the paint to dry for those. We got the handles, so then I'm gonna cut this bar. I'm gonna leave it sticking out that far. I'll cut this one about the same distance out. Like I said, I'll drill a hole and put a little pin on there, and we'll put washers on both sides. Not necessary, but it just seems like the right thing to do. And then down here, I'll probably put another brace connecting these, and then we'll paint it all up, and hopefully get to see the results of this tomorrow. So see you then. Alright, so here's the finished results. We got it all painted up. We ended up sinking this into the mulch, which wasn't bad, and raised the seat ups with the mulch because it was a little bit too tall for the 4-year-old and the 2-year-old there. The other thing I ended up having to do, which wasn't that bad, I made a second hole and we used that. So for now, they're going to be on this bottom hole, so they're not up as, this isn't as high either, because like I said, we need to really lower that down. But then as they get older, we can just adjust it to the top hole there. Not that bad. There's a big difference in their weights. Like I think she's around 40 pounds and the little one's around 20. So I might end up finding a way with this pipe and like putting it here where I can put the weights on, so when they're playing, they could actually have, you know, they'd weigh more closer to the same, so one's not getting thrown off the other end. So yeah, that's it. Overall, not bad. I did end up putting the braces on, and looks like we need to touch up some paint there, but fun little color scheme. Oh, and this weight too works good, so I put it there, and I had the little one over here, so even if she didn't want to play, we're still making it work. So you like your seesaw? Yes. You just don't want to ride it right now, right? No, I want to see. Alright, well, that's it on it. As you can see, it's not perfect, but hopefully it'll give you an idea if you're looking at making a little seesaw or anything. Just some of the out-of-box thinking, like using the pipes that are laying around, tire that's laying around. I guess Pinterest is good for something sometimes. So, hope you have a great one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Probably be doing quite a few more projects this summer and into fall. And hopefully we'll have some good tool reviews coming up this year. So, until next time, I'm out. Say cheese. Harper. Harper, look at me. Wave. Now you gotta push, Harper. There you go. Harper, push.